big horror fan? Well, if so, get ready for an incredible spooky night as horror icon Kane Hodder, known for his role as Jason Voorhees, and Victor Crowley heads to New Brunswick with horror author Michael Aloisi. They both join me now to discuss the upcoming paranormal investigation of the Dorchester Jail. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Well, we are super excited to have you both on the show today. Kane, let's start off. You have helped shape the horror genre with your role as Jason Voorhees in the Friday the 13th franchise, and you've also played Victor Crowley in the Hatchet trilogy. So some of my all-time favorite films. Can you tell us, if Jason and Victor were to face off, who do you think would win?
Well, that's a good question. I believe I would give a very slight edge to Victor, because he's a little less predictable. Doesn't mean you can defeat Jason just because you know what he's going to do, but Victor's a little less predictable, and that would be a good battle. I'd love to do that movie somehow.
That would be so cool. And Michael, you have released many books throughout your career, including autobiographies from both, iconic special effects makeup artist and actor Tom Savini and Kane himself. So how did you and Kane connect?
I was actually just a huge fan of his, and I was writing at the time, and I watched one of his films, and in it he had his shirt off and you could see his burn scars, and I was like, ooh, I want to read his biography. And so I went and looked for one, and when I saw he didn't have it, I wrote a proposal, sent it to him, and he was interested. And we started talking and kind of went from there and became good friends.
That is really cool. And Kane, what interested you in conducting a paranormal investigation, and have you actually done one before in the past?
Oh, I've done many of them in the past, and I actually formed a ghost hunting group called Hollywood Ghost Hunters with my good buddy Rick McCullum. He and I are both stuntmen, and we've been working together since Lone Wolf McQuaid, I think, back in the early 80s. So, and then we realized we both had an interest in the paranormal, and we said, you know what, let's find a group of people that are interested in this subject that are not the typical ghost hunters. So everyone in our group has something to do with making horror films, directing, acting, things like that. So it's kind of a different selection of people to go ghost hunting. And I've heard so much about the Dorchester Jail that we are very excited about this event.
Well, Kane, if you didn't know, the Maritimes, Atlantic Canada, is very haunted, so there's many places for you to come and explore. But you're going to start off with the Dorchester Jail. Michael, obviously, as Kane mentioned, it is known for its haunting, specifically by the Bannister brothers. So can you fill us in about what you know about them?
I haven't done too much research yet. The week before, I'm going to sit and do all my research on the location. But my last book was with Steve Gonzalez from Ghost Hunters, and so my whole world has revolved kind of around ghost hunting and paranormal stuff for the last year and a half, and we're gearing up for another book. So I'm excited to actually go out and do it rather than be doing research at my computer for it.
We're very excited to have you as well. And Kane, horror fans in our neck of the woods, they're thrilled for you to host this event in our region. What can fans expect on April 26th?
Well, we're hoping to find some activity. I'm very careful about not exaggerating during a ghost hunt if something happens. I think that a lot of times people want to have a story, so they almost inadvertently exaggerate an occurrence. So very careful on that. We have some good equipment, and Mike is very fun to be on a ghost hunt with, because he's easy to scare. And that's kind of my job. So we're just really looking forward to this.
Well, you absolutely do deliver the scare every time. So we thank you so much for you both joining us. Michael, before we go, can you give us the event details?
It is April 26th. Right? Do I have it right? I don't want to mess it up on there.
Yep.
April 26th at the Dorchester Jail. Tickets are still available right now, and we'll be there having an awesome time.
Perfect. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you very much.
The paranormal investigation of the Dorchester Jail with horror legend Kane Hodder and horror author Michael Aloisi will be taking place Saturday, April 26th.